Morning everybody, I'm back again. Hopefully, even though I've got my cat in here with me today, he's not going to disturb me. He is laid over there on his bed. Well, so I thought I'm going to try and do it without any interruption after my last video. Right, today we are going to be making a door swag. They come flat. All you have to do is just buff them up and make them look full. It's only, let's see how long it is, this one. Once it's all buffed up, it is around 22 inches long. You can get them off any wholesalers, Amazon, eBay, any of your florist departments that sell artificial floral things. You can buy them on Shein, Temu, Leaf, artificial floral wholesalers, or anywhere that you go live and you watch live videos that sell their goods. Right, like I say, today we're going to make the door swag, and we're going to attach, well, a little lady, I say little, a ladybird, but I want to attach a ladybird up at the top. If you can see, I want to do it at the top there, and perhaps put my bow at the side. So first of all, let's get him attached. I'm going to take him off the easel, and what I want to do, the two hooks on the end, I want to put through that loop there. I just want to put one of the hooks through, or maybe I could get two if I squash them closer together. Yeah, and then position it where I want it to sit. Get a floral wire, and then where the legs are on the ladybird here, just go around it, twist while you're on it just to keep it in place. Twist it a few times, and then wrap it around the back, and then back up underneath just to secure it so it doesn't fall off. And then once you've twisted it, cut it and then bend it underneath so it doesn't catch on anything or scrape anybody's door. And then just fluff it back up how you had it, or along the similar lines, to make it whole again. Right, let's attach that back onto the easel. There. Let me just have a look. It wants buffing up a little bit more. Now right. There's your ladybird attached onto it. Now that will stay there, now it's wired up. So I'm going to move that to the side, or in fact I'll just put that onto the floor out the way and let you know what we've got to play with. Right, these ferns were offcuts from a stem. I save all my offcuts, I'm not going to throw them away. So I thought, with it being a swag, it's not very deep, I can use a small offcuts. And with also others foliage that I have, like some of the variegated ficus, that's also been used, and I'm using offcuts. I have this also. Well, that to me looks like a ruscus, but I'm not saying that we're going to use all of these today. It's just that I love greenery, so. And I've also, now this I got from Tesco, £3 a stem, and you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You get 9 leaves on there for £3. You do get them in green as well, but I just went to Tesco shopping, spotted them, and pick them up. So they're in the black. I've also got fern in the green, where it's darker at the bottom and lighter at the tips, like a yellowy colour. I thought that might just lift the black up a little bit. I've also got some more fern, but this is a different type of fern. I'm not sure the name of it, so if anybody knows, please let me know. It didn't say, when I ordered it, it just said foliage. So, but I do know it's a fern. So I've got some of those in off cuts, and I've also got some of these, because I can't make my mind up whether I want to use those or those. So I've brought those out as well. And again, I've got just a few offcuts from yesterday, and I shall be hopefully trying to use them, and a few more offcuts of my favourite thing, the wispy bits. And I've also got these as well. I've got little ones of these. I ordered the small ones, especially for the door swags. And for the flowers, I've got some red blossom. Now that is very nice, very deep, very red, and the stems are dark brown, and it lifts the red off of it. I've also got some white wildflower, which has also got a bit of grass attached to it and its own foliage, and they're only just tiny little flowers like daisies. I've also got some deep red with black in it to go with the leaves on the ferns, which I hope you can see, to lift that up. So that's in blossom. I've only got one stem of, I'm only going to use one stem of them, should I say. And I've got some more wildflower, what I used yesterday, but I've got it in red, and I just couldn't think what to use it with. So once I decided I was doing red today, that was it. I eventually realised what I was going to use it with. I've got a bunch of red roses, which has also a slight bit of your gypsophilia in it, and its leaves as well. And I've also got small little calla lilies, which these I've bought in abundance. I just love them. I love the way they sit once they're in. You can push them, they're push-ups, so you can push them up or down to wherever you'd like, you know, it to be positioned when you do your floral, or you can have it all the way up. So that's those. And then I've got some beautiful, these are from Bella's Floristry wholesalers. I've not found any what are as nice as these as of yet, but they are beautiful. The red ranunculus, and you get like 4 buds on one stem. I think they come in a bunch of 10. And I've also got some pomegranates. So they're only little, but I just thought I might just dot those, a few of those around, but not many. But they're the flowers anyway. So first of all, let's start doing our bow. I've got a wooden bow maker. I got this off of Amazon. Very cheap. You can get others which are more expensive, but they all do the same job. So I got this. And the ribbons we're going to use today, because we've got the ladybird, I've got ribbon what's got ladybird on with little daisies. And then I thought I'd get this nice red swirly ribbon, which is it's 6.3 centimeters wide, these big ones, and the 10 yards, which is approximately about 30 foot in length. So you've got quite a bit there. And then I thought I'd use, because I've got the black for the fern, I thought I'd use the black and white gingham ribbon as well. That's 1.5 centimeters wide. And this also is just red. It's wired like all my ribbons. It's just plain. It's like an organza ribbon. And that is 1.5 also. So we're going to use them in that order, with that being at the bottom and working his way to that being on the top. Right, let's start with our beautiful ladybird one. I'm going to cut it as a dovetail to start with. I never know how long I'm going to keep the tail ends until once everything's fastened. I'm thinking with this one I want to take the ribbon right to the bottom. So anyway, first to dovetail, you have it like that. Fold it in half, and the bit that's folded, not the open bit, that bit, put your scissors there and cut it diagonally up to that top left hand corner. So we just go like that, and that's what you get. So we'll put that in the bow maker and we'll leave that like that to start with. Right, once it's in, you have to twist it so it's upside down, so the pattern is on the underside. And I'm thinking with the swag that we're doing, I might go to 6 inch today. Yesterday I did 5, but today I think I'll go to 6. So there's your 6 inch at the bottom. Just make sure it's level with that. Put it in with the pattern facing away from you, and before you get to the bottom, twist like that. So then it's already twisted in place. So then it ends up upside down again. So then you take it to this end where it's 6. Just fold it over so it's placed on the 6. Face the pattern away from you. Before you get to the end, twist. I'm going to do 4 of these because I don't know, I always like the back ones to have more. So we'll do another on 6. Let's make sure. Twist and down. Just straighten that one up. It's twisted a bit more. As you can see, that's not quite to the end like this one. So what to do is just pull it slightly till it meets up like that, and then they're all in place. So one more on this ribbon, and we'll fold it down. We won't twist it on this one because we're not carrying it on. So we'll just bring it down here, and however, I'm going to cut it about here because like I say, I may want to use that for something else. Right, let's just wrap this one up. Don't you just love all the different kinds of ribbons that you can get? I've searched and searched for ribbons, and crikey, if I ordered every one of them, oh my goodness, I think I wouldn't have no money left. There is so many beautiful ribbons out there. Do it again, fold it in half again, like that. Cut from the folded side at an angle diagonally to the top left as you look at it. Right, with this one, I'm going to put the ribbon on that side. So you can do as many loops as you like. It doesn't matter how many. You can have 12 loops, 15 loops. There's whatever you like, really. The bigger you like it and the better you like it. Fine. The smaller you like it, that's fine. They're all fine. They all always look pretty when they've done. So twist before I get to the bottom, and I'm doing this at 6 inches as well. If you want to measure it with that one there, put your fingers in, pull it up, and if it both meets to the same height like that, then you know you've got it bang on 6 inch like the other. And then I'll turn this. This is quite a dominant red. So I may just do 2 with it being dominant. Yes, I think so. So then we'll bring this, as we don't need to carry on making loops, and we'll cut this quite long as well. And then we'll tie this one back up. I always put pins in my ribbon because once they're on, as you can see on here behind, if you don't, they just dangle and sometimes they get in your way. And it can be quite frustrating. I think I've lost the pin for this one. Right, we'll just put that there. Right, and now the gingham one, the black and white. And we're going to dovetail this one as well. Again, from the folder side to the tip. If you have a little bit of a wire coming off the end, just take it off. Right, this one, I'll start on the opposite side and I'll put that one in the centre there. Twist, obviously, up so it's upside down. And I'm going to do this one at 5. So if I just, there's your 5. And then as you've twisted it again on that side, there's my 5. Twist again. And then again, do your loop. You don't need to measure it now because you've already got that one as a 5-inch one, so you can just line it up with that to make sure it's correct. I'm going to do 4. And then cut this one as well. That's that. And then finally, we've got the red organza one. And we're going to dovetail this one as well. And we're going to sit that one there. Right, then twist. Now with this one I may do it at 3. Because it's with it being in the centre. I'm so glad my cat's not bothering me today. That's 3. Do I just leave it as 2? No, I shall do it at 4. So twist it. One more on this side. That's that. Sometimes it takes me quicker than this, but other times I try to do it as slowly as I can to make sure that it's all right. Again, if you want to check that's correct, so then that can come down here. And again, I'm going to have a long tail until I know what I want to do with it. So we'll get this one. Move them out the way, and that one as well. Right, and then I get a 22 gauge floristry wire. Don't know if you can see it. And what I do, I slightly lift up my ribbon, as you can see there, and in between these 2 wooden prongs, I put in my wire. And I bring it out through the back. Instead of bringing it over here, I bring it over this side to meet up with this one. and then pull up. Please don't let go of your bow because it could come apart, so you try to keep hold of your bow. And then turn it over like you're looking at the watch, and then just twist your bow a couple of times, 2 or 3 times at most. You don't need it anymore. And there's your bow. Right, it'll end up something along those lines. So now you need to buff it up to make it look really nice. I tend to try and put these tails under the bottom of these loops. So first of all, let's position them, because some of them are laid on the top, so you can manipulate them to go underneath. So I don't want that there, so let's get that one down here. In fact, I could take it through the back like that, and then I'll take that there. So they're all hanging there where I've put them. I have some at the back because obviously I started with some tails at the back here. So now we'll go to what we started with, was with our ladybird. I like to make sure it's in a V, so if you just do that, and then on the back, the other side of it, do that. So then you've got it like an X shape on the back. And fluff them up. Just put your fingers in and then open your fingers wide to fluff your bows up. Right, and then we'll do the red one, which hopefully you can all see. Sorry if you can't. But this is, like I say, the first time that I've done a video. Well, yesterday was. So it'll only get better, I hope. Right, and then the black, you've got your four black. Do the same. Part them and fluff them up. Like that. Then you've got your ones in the middle, which I had 4 at 3 inch. So I'm just going to manoeuvre that. You see, that one now has gone a bit too long. So if you don't want that and it looks odd, you can always, now it's fastened up, put it. So you've got 2 little tail ends showing. And then just keep fluffing until you're happy. And place them underneath your loops. Because you want to be seeing your loops. And that's your bow. Obviously you can make it a bit more fluffy once you know it's on your either wreath or whatever arrangement you're making, or a swag. So that's your wreath done for you. Like I say, I shall cut the tail ends when I know how long I actually want them. So let's put that one away and let's get our swag. Right, I hope you can all see today, because as I looked at the other video I did, a lot of the wreath that I did was out of focus around this side, and you couldn't see the glue pan when I was explaining about it. So I've tried to get it the way the camera's pointing, exactly where you can see this side of me. So anyway, there's your swag. Just make sure it looks fluffy at the back. it's not a thick swag. I wanted just a small one. Just to, because you can get different sizes in all the swags. In fact, you can actually make a swag. I've done this. My sister-in-law passed me a Christmas tree she had, and she no longer wanted it. It came in 3 parts, and the top part I used as a swag. And I've actually got it here. I'll just show you. Now, I did a Halloween swag, and that is from the top part of her Christmas tree. As you can see, it was already prepared for me, pointed, and went wider. I attached the string to it. It's a bit, very much thicker than what these are, as it being a Christmas tree. So I decided to make a Halloween with it having black, and I used orange and purples. So I hope you all like that. And put a few pumpkins dotted around and in the centre, and used really bright orange, and with my leaves on there I actually sprayed those orange with a spray can that allows you to spray plastic. These are plastic, some of them, because they're good for the outdoors and the UV protected. So, and I've done the same here, look, with the swag, attached the ribbon halfway down and let it hang. I might do that with that, I'm not sure yet. Right then, everybody, we're going to attach his bow. You can see the very extra long tail ends, and I said I wanted it up here, so I'm just going to turn it slightly towards me so I can just see where it's situated. And I've noticed that some of my leaves aren't, now I'm looking at it sat where I'd like. So I want this to be next to, mind you, yeah, next to my ladybird. So I'm going to attach it again like I did with the wires at the back of the ribbon around the spine of the swag. So let's just take one piece round in that way and grab it through the back, and then get your other piece of wire, take that around the spine. There we go. I'm just going to turn it upside down so I can fasten the ribbon on. And you just twist again like you do with your bow. Twist it on just so it's secure, and then just chop the long ends off. And with a bit of the point what's left, you may not be able to see it with it being green wire. I turn it upside down and face it back in towards the wall so it doesn't scratch anybody's doors, and obviously it'll always be safe from any damages to anybody's doors. Right, we'll put that back on. We'll just again start plumping things up. I want to try and get it so I could see the ladybird. I might not be able to see him with the size of the bow, so I may have to move the ladybird somewhere else. So with those now up, I'm going to dovetail these little ones just so they don't fray, because if you don't do anything, some ribbons will start to fray. I did get one tip from somebody. They said if you go and get a lighter or something and they've got fray ribbon, just light the lighter and just do that, and it burns it and stops it fraying. We'll do this one again from the folder side to the tip on the opposite side, and you cut in a diagonal position. That one's done. one is, that one is. I'll probably find another one somewhere. And we're just gonna, I think the ones on the top, I'm not too keen on them hanging too long over the top. I find that they just don't look like balanced. And then you've got the little ones in the centre. Yeah, you can't see the ladybird, so I may move him. In fact, before we carry on, you see, even though you do videos, you do, or anything, you do place things on your work, and then once you start putting things in, you think to yourself, no, that just don't look right. So you remove it. There's nothing wrong in that. You can also always remove and take things out and reposition them, because like I say, there's no right or wrong way to do a wreath. You do what you think that's best for yourself. My work is always like full work. I can do all basics, compact, modern, cottage style, garden, you know, the little cottagey gardens style, contemporary. I can do all different styles, but at the moment, I mean, we have to be florists at least 1 or 2 seasons ahead. So that's probably why I've shown you the Halloween one, because I have to be ahead to get in there instead of doing it at the last minute and rushing. Right, let's carry on. I think before we do, I'm going to take off, like I say, the ladybird. Unfortunately, we can't see him. I've just found another swag there, tail end, which I want to cut. I said I would. Let's take him off, because my big ribbon at the back is really hiding him, and that's not good, because he's the focal point, so we need him out. So I'm going to have to find where I put the wire. It's very hard to see. There we go. So we'll take him off. We'll do his bow again. I'll turn it round in a minute, everybody. It's just that now I can see it didn't work. That one in the centre. So now we've got all the colours of the 4 ribbons at the bottom as well. Right, so that's that. So I don't know now, if I cut the ribbons, we could place it here or slightly there. We might not actually even use it now. I might get a smaller one. We'll put him there. Right, greenery. As I explained in my other video, I absolutely love greenery. I can't get enough of it. The orders, when I'm making orders, is, I'd say 70% greenery, because I use a lot of greenery, so I'm constantly topping up with my greenery. Flowers, I've got the abundance of flowers all behind you, as you're looking. But when I've got time, I will show you how the layout is of my room. So I think, let me just cut a small one of these off. Of the 9 that you get, you can pull them actually, and you get the longer wires. I just want to put that there. Let me turn this round so you can all see. I'm thinking of putting that at the top there. just as a black point, and then one there, perhaps one there, one down here, and maybe two either side. So let me just cut this wire because we don't need it that long. Right, this is my glue pan. I got this off Amazon, like I said yesterday. Or should I say my son bought it me. I think it was £30. It's a skillet, what you cook your meats in and things like that. Nothing more. One moment, I think I've got a delivery.
Hi, hello.
Hello.
Pictures out?
Yeah.
I remember you said that you probably didn't check.
Yes. Thank you. Yes, it was a delivery. I've ordered some more ribbon. I can never get enough. I'll show you what I've ordered before we carry on. We're going away from what we're doing. Right, this one isn't on a roll. That's a shame. But I have spare rolls anyway. Halloween for your pumpkin. And then I've got a purple one with some skull on, a picture of a skull. This is 2.5 inches wide, and it's 10 yards, which is 30 foot. And then I've ordered another one of those. I have one there, but I've ordered another one with some pumpkin on as well, because I've got a feeling I might use a lot of this. So if not, it's there for when I use it again. So yeah, I've had a small ribbon delivery. Put those with that one out of the way. Get rid. There's nothing more in there. Right, as we were saying, let's get back to it. Sorry about that. Again, I seem to be apologising to everybody. But the glue pan, yes, it's what you cook your meat in or anything like that. I tend to buy Gorilla Glue sticks where you get 75 in a bag. They're around £20, around that. But when I get them, I just drop them in the pan and let them melt. In fact, I've got some here, what I showed yesterday, 75 pack Gorilla Glue. And they also, you can use them on wood, metal, glass, plastic, floral, fabric, leather, foam, and much, much more. So, and they also are weatherproof. I found with the glue that you get with your glue gun, which isn't Gorilla Glue, when you tend to put it outside, as soon as the glue starts to get hot, it starts to melt, because heat just melts it. So, but with the Gorilla Glue, it doesn't do that at all. So what I tend to do, I say have a consistency of your glue of honey where it's dripping off, just like that. If it's too thick, you've got your temperature down too low. And if it's too high, you'll have it too runny. You've got to get the balance in between it. So all I do is just dip it in once everything's melted, have a look where I'm putting it, and I glue these to the very tips of the spruces where the spine is. Sometimes I fold if you can see here, fold the spruce over just to hold certain things in if they're quite heavy, just to give them more of a support. So right, we're going to put this one behind the bow, and we'll just stick it to the spine. It's amazing how it just sticks so quickly. And then we've got another where I said that I wanted around here. So dip it again. And I tend to just wipe it at the side to make sure there's no excess that's going to be carried over. And we'll put that one there. Get another small one. I don't want, because they get bigger as they go higher up. So we'll get another small one on the stem. If you don't want to see, you don't want all of these at the bottom, you can just pull them off like that. So you've got a bit of a longer stem. Because you won't see the ones at the bottom anyway, because they'll be behind. Right, so then I'll put this one there, like that. Let's just have a quick look at the place. Bring that one slightly forward. So then that's like that. We'll get the medium one. That's a large. It's best just to take them all off, I guess. And I don't use this because I can't use it for anything. So I clip it up because if I leave it the length it was, I've got a bin liner in my bin at the side of me here, and it pokes through and rips the bin liner and everything falls out, so I chop them up in half. Right, so here we go again. Take a couple off at the bottom. Dip it in my glue pan. And these, let me just see. Yeah, I want it a slight angle. So what I'm going to do is go inside, go to the spine of the swag and place it in. We'll cut it shorter again. Dip it in our glue gun. I keep saying glue gun, don't I? Glue pan. So we want this one also at an angle, so that one will sit. Let's just push it a bit more, like that. And then I think I might want one at the bottom there, just to finish that off. In the glue pan again. And then because this is going up, I'm going to slightly just attach it to that. Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, I can see that you can't really see much because these tails are in the way. So to get the tails, if you want them to be, you pinch them together like that, and you can do that. You can place it here, so it's over this side. You can place another one lower down. So if we pinch that one, let me turn it around, pinch it so you can have them like this, or you can join them together and have them on one side. I think that might look better. Excuse me, everybody. Yes. Let's do it in the way I tend to do the bows. And keep pinching as you get them together. And you can have them just on the side there. So what I'm going to do is get a floral wire again. You can use tie wraps, or you don't even, or pipe cleaners actually, you could use those. So we're going to wrap it around that bit just to secure it, twist it at the back so it doesn't move a couple of times, and then I'll attach this again. You could either attach it this time, the ribbon, which I'm doing to one of the spruces, on the swag. Then wrap the wire all around it so it doesn't get caught on anything. Like that. And then just fluff up and I got that there. I think that looks a bit better. That one's up there is bugging me. Let's just trim it a little bit more on this red one. Oh. Your bow will move several times while you're working until you've decided that that's how you want it. Right, I hope that looks all right. I have to keep turning it as it's hard to look round there. Excuse me. Let's get rid of this rubbish. Right, so the bow's that on now. We don't need these. I don't need too many of those. So what I'm not using, I shall put on the floor and put away in a bit. Right. Now, again, I've got my oddments that I used yesterday and what was left of the stem. So this is my ficus, the variegated one. So because we've got the black and this has got white around the edge, I thought it would look quite good against the black. So if I get a few pieces out, I don't like to work with things in my way. My husband reckons I've got a disorder of tidiness. I'm just putting these in sizes so I know which ones. That's quite right. Let's use the taller ones then to go at the top, with it being more wider. I mean, that you can bend them, manipulate them into a shape where you want. So I think that's just going to go above here. So we'll dip it in as glue pan again. And then glue it behind the bow to the stem or the spine of your swag. Just cut this one down slightly at a 45-degree angle so it's got a point. It makes it easier to be put into things, especially wreaths. Take that off. And then we'll put another one in the back there. That's like that. I'm going to put a smaller one though at the top. So let's do the same process again. And this time I'm going to go in front of the black fern. Just slightly there. You do get, as I said in my last video, bits of glue on you, but I just put them back in here because what's the point throwing it in the bin when it's only going to melt again and you can use it again. Right, so they're up there. So I think I'm going to need one. Let's cut that there at an angle. I don't think I need that on the bottom because there's nothing else with it. So we'll go in between these these two black ferns. Cut it a little bit more, slightly long. And then we'll put it, lift up, and we'll put it on the spine and glue it to the spine. And the same with this one. Because there's a little bit at the bottom, when I dip it in, I tend to grab it upwards, because if I don't, those leaves can dip into the glue and it'll get all on them, and we don't want that. I want it to get free away from it. So this one, do the same. So I think I might want to bring forward a bit. And then I've got these here, I want to put here. These are the smaller ones. I didn't want large at the bottom. So we're going to go up to the spine, and then let's see. If there's weightier flowers that you have, what are quite heavy, just hold it in for a couple of minutes, or perhaps not even that, to be quite honest, and just till it sets, and then you can let it go. Right, up again to the spine. Just put that slightly behind there. Let me just have a quick look, everybody, and just make sure it's all looking how I'd like it to look. Just bend them in if you feel that they're going too far back away from you. In fact, I might just make that one slightly shorter. That's better. Right. So that's that, everybody. So now I want to use some of my offcuts in fern. I'm not sure, because it's very similar shape to that, whether to use that one. I mean, that one's quite pretty. I really do like that one. But then I also have these. You know what? I'm not even sure what these are called. I know they're a fern. I couldn't remember when I bought them. But I do know they're a fern, but I'm not sure of the actual proper name of them until I actually look at my order again. Right. Because these bend, or you can't move these up or down, you can just bend into a position you'd like. I mean, they do come out quite a lot. As you can see, they are quite a lot there, but actually I think they look quite nice there. So I might actually put, I think so. Let's dip it, let's just cut that bit off the bottom. Make sure it's all right. Again, push it down onto the spine. There. I must admit the glue pan is much easier than, I mean, don't get me wrong, the glue guns does wonderful things as well, you know, but the glue pan is much quicker to be using, like I say, with it being just a quick dip and then in. You know, I've got no problem using a glue gun. I just tend to find that this glue pen is much quicker for the work that I need. And we'll glue it again. Just take the excess off on the edge of the pan. Right, this is going to go onto the spine under my bow. That's that one. I thought I'd got the piece missing. So if any are missing and they've just come away from there, with me having my glue pan on, I just dip it in and then push it back on, and then that glues it and it won't come off again. So we've done that side, so we need to do this side. And put that to the spine again. I hope it looks all right from the front. I'm just going to check the balance of it again. Right, we can't see that one very much, so we'll bend it upwards. I want two more. Just want to see if, yeah, measure on that one up there actually. Yeah, let me just put one up there, because if I don't, I won't be happy with myself. I'll attach that one to the back of the bow. So that's up there. And then the last two that I have will go down to the bottom. And I shall put these onto the spine. There. Now this other one. Sorry if my back's to you all. It's just I've got to stretch. Move these again. And then stick that onto that. Straighten that up again. And then that'll look much better. Hopefully. Let me just check. Move that one forward. Right. That's that. I don't think I'll use these, because they are quite, oh, you never know. You never know with me, it's my greenery. I have got some of these in white and green as well. I don't know if we're going to need them. Maybe at the back, you know, later, but if I do, then I'll attach them a bit later on. Right, like I say, I've got this, it looks like ruscus to me. Yeah, we'll cut pieces off just at the bottom. And I'll put it there. You do get grooves on your stems, where some people wonder what they are. It's just to make it easier to cut, so it gives you a guide. I don't think I'm going to have them this long. That's way too long, as you can see. So I'm going to have to cut more bits off. And that's the best thing about artificial. Even if it's one stem, you can fill an area of what you want. It's not like you've got to get, if you're doing it in 5 different places, you need 5 stems. You don't know. Cut all your bits off and you can place them wherever you wish. I mean, I have bought 2, but I very doubt I'm going to need this. So yes, let's just trim this one again. Right, just to add a bit more texture, we're going to place these on the inner side slightly to make it look like the greenery is not just growing around the side. I have made myself like a borderline, as you can see. There's the highest point, but the borderline is here. I don't want to go much further out than that, because then I think it'll take the swagger look away from it, because we've got to go into a point at the bottom. So let me just turn it round, guys, again, just to see where I'd like to put it. Yeah, right, so as you can see, I've put it here, so I think that's where I'm going to put them, in front of those, and glue it again, and then just stick it to there, and then the other side. I've got some more pieces. I'll just put my scissors away. I'll put this there. So I've got two of those. Single. Right, now they're in place there. Got the ones with the two pieces of leaves on, and I'm going to put them in there. You don't really need that much greenery, but, well, even though I love it so much, because once all your flowers are in, it's going to cover them slightly, so don't waste it, your greenery. I forgot where I went now. Oh yes, so I'll put one behind this bow. Just fluff that out again. Put it there. As you can see, I've put them both here and here. So because I've got the single ones, I might just put one in front of the black fern at the bottom. And then I'm going to lift up and then onto the spine. Like that. If you see any glue bits that have dried, stringy bits, like cobwebs, you can just remove them once they've dried. Right, I'm not going to put any more of that in at the moment. I don't need that one for definite. Right, I've got this fern. Let me just snip a bit off and we'll try and see what that's like. By just placing it somewhere. I always like fern in things. I think it adds softness. Let me just see. Yeah, it adds softness to, I think, any really arrangement. We'll take 5. I don't want to use all, because like I say, we've got as flowers, and we've also got these I'd like to just add in as just a bit of a decor and an extra texture. So I'm definitely going to put those in. I've also got some, like a boxwood effect. Oh, I've got another one there. So I've got that as well. This is very, very thin. You can bend it, it's wired right to the tip of the leaves. You can put it in any position, have it sticking out up there. So I don't really think I'm going to use that one. I like to use this sort of thing on wreaths or floral arrangements, table displays, anything like that. So we'll put those on the floor. I'm not going to use those. No, I'm going to use these. I don't think I'm going to use these either, so they're a bit too thick, especially with all the flowers that we've got. And I'll save these under here. I've got a little tub where I save all my offcuts. Right, let's get back to the greenery, everyone. So there's only 3 more. I don't think I will use those. Let me just check before we carry on. Even though they might look nice, I'm just going to turn it again. Oh, I don't know now. Oh, it always confuses me. Let's take 7. How have I got? 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I brought 7 out. So, fern in first. Now, with your fern, I always fluff it up to make it look natural. Because your stuff don't come with a straight, immaculately straight stem. It will bend here and there. Let me just cut that one again at a 45-degree angle. Turn this around for you so you can all see. I hope I'm doing all right. Like I say, this is my second video. I've never done them before. I'm not naturally a shy person. I don't mind talking to anybody. I'll chat to anybody. My husband will tell you that. So doing this video, well, the first video especially, I was extremely nervous. My husband thinks I've got the gift of the gab, but I said it's a little bit different when you're doing a video, knowing that people are going to be watching and you could easily make a mistake and they could criticise you. But it's trial and error, isn't it? I try. If I make an error, I learn and then I do it again. So I've seen a lot of YouTube videos with people on flower arranging. They're extremely good. The one American one, a lady, Southern Charm Wreaths, she's really good, and she does the styles similar to what I do. Really big, the bigger the better in her eyes. Wispy, everything wispy. She doesn't like compact. She does deco mesh wreaths. I've also got in here wreaths that are made out of deco mesh, where I've attached flowers into the mesh. It's on a metal frame instead of a wooden or a spruce base. So that's quite exciting to do. Some of them, depending on what petals or you want to produce or make, are quite time consuming. You need a little wood burner to burn your mesh, but obviously do it on glass, not on this mat, because this mat is cut proof, so it's self-heal or self-sealed, should I say. You cut a bit off and it just automatically seals back up. Now if you get glue on it, it'll just melt it. I've accidentally done that down at the bottom here and realised and caught it just in time before it went through. So another lesson learned, I guess. So yeah, it's all trial and error. So I'm hoping that everybody can understand, even though I am a professional florist and I've been doing it for many, many years, everybody makes mistakes. You still make your mistakes, you know, it's all part of your learning curve. Everybody learns, but rest of the life everybody's learning. So And I get sometimes a lot of advice, not from how to design, but criticism of my husband. I'm always asking him for the criticism. Only because I like to do it properly, and I like to see if he'd, as a customer, be happy with what I've done. And I've also told him not to be nice, just to be honest. And he's definitely been honest. Some things he says it's not my colour, but for other people, yeah, they'll probably like it. So he doesn't say anything horrible about them, because he says they're not horrible. And I hope that nobody, will be like that either. We all have to start somewhere. I've got a friend who does real flowers, Kaylee. She's a fabulous florist as well. I do see her a lot. We used to work together doing fresh flowers, bouquets and everything. And then I left. I wanted to pursue a different line of floristry, which is artificial. I didn't want to keep doing real, because if nobody bought the flowers after a certain length of time, the flowers started dying off and you tend to waste money. I think you've got to have a really good established custom base to not waste anything. So in the end, as much as I love doing fresh florals and they're beautiful, some of the designs are fabulous, I decided no, I'm going to go with artificial. I can make things, I can be more creative, and I can do anything really what I'd like to do. So I did, and this is where I am. Anyway, I think my glue's dried from all chatting, so we'll dip it back in. That's how quick it dries, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll dip it back in, and we'll place that one under there. Right, I don't want to put too many ferns in. I've got the flowers that I need to be dotting around. You see that? It's boxwood, and I don't want, I think I'm going to put it there. Let's get another one and put that with that one. And then I've got two more left. Do I put that there? And then one at the top, I think. And then, oh my goodness, I told you I'm greenery mad. Oh, I've got to put them there. They look nice there, don't you think? Dip. And then attach it to the spine of the swag. And this side, do the same. Oh, I'm so glad my cat's asleep today. Yesterday, you just, oh my goodness, if you've watched the video, it just would not leave me alone. It was chewing my artificial greenery. He'd having a, he stood right in front of the easel. I just think he wanted to be, like I said, famous. He was, he's not usually like that. He's usually quieter, like he is today, and asleep on the towel in the corner, not on the floor. He's on the workbench. got a bit of glue on my ribbon, so quickly wipe it off. Drop it in there. Oh, we've got another rainy day. It's just, I could just hear it pouring it down. Let's straighten that up. That seems to have gone slightly off. Right, and the last of the greenery. I don't think I'm going to use these either, guys. I think they'll be a bit too much I'm putting in, but I can't not put these in. My wispy bits. I say wispy bits, I've got them all over, I think. Let me just have another quick look. I keep turning it around. Oh, I don't know now, even though I love these. I tell you what, we'll leave those to see what we feel like nearer to the end. You see, with floristry, if you've not got a plan like I haven't today, you tend to come up with just get things out and start to put things in. If you've got a plan, you just crack on and get it done. Today I didn't have a plan. I just thought I needed to do something in red because I've got lots of oranges for autumn around and yellows, so I thought I'd do like a red. Right, let's get us flowers, and here we go. We may not use all these either. Just sorting them out into, so I can see what we've got. One of those. I can't remember what they're called. It's not brassica, is it? I just can't remember. It might be brassica. Right then. I don't think I'll put the wispy bits in because, like I say, these are quite wispy, and once they're in, they'll bend over. If I chop one off and show it, yeah. Believe it or not, I got these off Temu. I think it was for one bunch, £1.29. So I went crazy, and I ordered loads in different colours as well: purple, cerise pink, red, yellow, white, orange. Yep. So anyway, so they can go in, look, and then they can tip out at the side, and then they can manipulate the shape and give you the shape of the actual swag, where it's wider at the top and slimmer at the bottom. And then if I want to, I could put the one in there just to give it a bit of movement in the centre. So like I say, I may not be using everything I've got. So first of all, I'm going to use, I thought they were poppies, but I'm now deeply considering they may be wildflowers. And these are on a paperback stem, I mean a wide stem with paper over them. Just pull them off. You get 5 on a stem with a bit of greenery and a bit of, oh, I don't know what you call it. No, I'm not sure. But anyway, I've got 5 with the wispy bits on, and we'll take that. I don't use the ones with the paper because the paper just peels off and there's nothing I can do with them. So we're going to put in as wildflower or poppy or whichever it is. Let's leave all them off to the side now, because I don't like things in my way. And with these, I want to bring some here. Let's just place them. One here, one there. I've not glued them in yet. One there, and then one here. And then they're all spaced out. So that's how we're going to place them in and how we're going to glue them. So because it's got that, like I say, the paper on, I just use a bit of tape. You can use any floral tape. This is just the closest by where I usually work. All my other things and tapes are all up there. So when you wrap it around, stretch it so that that stickiness will come alive, basically. If you don't stretch it, it's not going to stick. And then once you've done what you've got to do, pull it, and there it is, you've got your stem. They're still wired, but very, very thinly wired, so that's why they're quite floppy. But you can strengthen them up. You can put a wooden pick on, or if you've got a pick machine, which I'm hopefully getting for Christmas off my sons, they're going to put together, because it is very expensive. It's about £170 upwards for a steel pick machine, and then it's anything from £50 upwards for your actual steel picks. And your steel picks they do just what the wooden ones do. They just extend your stem, or if your stem's too thin that it can't go in and it keeps bending, you can put one on there and it'll firm it up and you'll be able to put it in. But yes, I can't wait to get one, or hopefully get one. Right, let's put this one in and let's stick that again to the spine. It droops over because that's the way that the flower hangs. Put some more tape on the others. It doesn't take long to put the tape on, so that's why I'm doing it now. I could have prepared and done it earlier, but I wanted to show you what I do. Then get that, dip it in my glue again. And push it onto the spine. Let me just move that ribbon so I can see where it's going. And there. It may need to be helped up a bit. There we go. Right. This one for the centre. Again, just a bit of florist tape. It's great, isn't it, when you can just be for a job and you can be creative. Any job that's creative, you can't beat it. Stimulates your mind, thinking of all different designs. And the finishing touches of whatever you do. Oh, you have to be proud of yourself. Anybody. Even if you're doing the basic one, or just a small tiny one, whatever design, always be proud. I do also hanging baskets. A lady who I spoke about who got married this weekend, they both had hanging baskets off me as well. They're excellent customers. They both liked pinks, so I did it in pinks. I added wisteria, dangling down ivy, all of that, and they both absolutely loved it. Let's get this side. I also, as well, I do flower pot arrangements for people who aren't really into gardening, or they've got too much of a busy life to, with work or other commitments, or they're just not liking gardening, but yet they still want a nice garden. In fact, I'll just show you. I've got one here in front of me. That is what I've made for a garden. That will be going on a stand for the lady. And she wanted yellows and whites, and she wanted it to be quite busy and full. So she chose the flowers and the greenery, and this is what we've come up with for her. So she's yet to collect that. She's on holiday at the moment. But yeah, things like that as well. Right, let's put this last one in. I think my husband was right, I've got the gift of the gab. That I keep chatting. I never know when to stop. There. Turn that back round towards you, love. Put the tape away out of the way. Right, I've got, like I say, the roses. You see, do I really need the roses in? As much as I love roses. Oh wait, because I've got so many. I've got the blossom, that's quite pretty. Small blossom, I've got a bigger blossom. Oh, that one's quite striking as well. But I do want to add in, I think if I add in the outer seam, because you have to build in layers. You start with the back and do all your greenery. Then you come in front of your greenery and do another lot of greenery if that's what you'd like to put on. And maybe add odd flowers. And then in front of that, you do another layer until you know, as many layers as you want to do. And so like if it's 2 layers, 2 layers. I tend to do probably 3 or 4 to make it look really, really nice and full. Right, I'm going to cut that. You can push these up again, like I said. Get my glue on it. And a honey consistency where it's just running off, but not too runny. And we're going to put that one here. Just so it's slightly sticking out. I'm going to cut these. You get 5 on a stem, but they're well worth it for £1.29. And they're all, these are plastic. I know the plastic environment isn't good, but for flowers, with them being these plastic, they're UV protected, they don't fade, and yeah, and the rain just drips off them. Like a rainy day today, I could take it outside and it would just drip off them. It wouldn't make them mouldy. They stay looking like this all the time, so win-win. Right, let's put one on the opposite. Like I say, it's mirror image on a lot of things I do. I'll put that one. We just push that a bit down again. Right. Just have a quick look. I think I might need one here, 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 here. So I might need another bunch. Just bear with me, everyone. I'm just going to get a few more bits of the lilies. Oh look, I found one on its own. Or 2 I found. Right, we'll use those. So that's 7 I'm using of these. So like I say, 1 here. We've still got that gap there. That will be filled, if you can see, just here. We will fill that, but it's not going to be with things like this. It's perhaps going to be more, you know, with a fuller flower in the centre there. So let's just 45 degrees chop. And I think we'll put one under here. I want to use about 7 of these because they're only small and they're not in your face. They're very small and elegant little things. So we'll put that. Let's have a quick look, guys. Right, so I want one here. Cut that stem a bit shorter. Oh, lift that up and push that to the stem there. Got 2 more of these left. I don't know if you can notice with my style of floristry, all the wispy bits sticking out. I tried to make it look as natural as possible, because in your gardens you get wispy bits everywhere. Put that one under here, attach it to the spine of that. So, don't know if that's, you can see that on the video. I do like these pomegranates. Don't you think they look, but do you think it's taken away from what I'm doing here? I think so, much as I like them. And I've got these wildflowers, like I say, a little daisy. I'm not sure to put them in now. I've put the lilies in because I don't think you'll see those either. This is what I mean, you don't always use everything you think you may use. I'm going to cut one of these off and just see where these would look nice. Well, that one's coming off. Let me glue it back on. I'll just wait for the glue to dry. See, there is a bit of glue around it. I tend to just grab it, roll it in my finger so it doesn't leave a blob of glue on the stem, and drop it back in my skillet pan. Now, we've got to have odd bits of red dotted around. Because we've got a lot of white around, we need to have those red to balance it out. You don't want more of one colour and less, too much of one colour, should I say. So that can go about that long. And I will cut it there. There's this one. There you go. See, now I don't want, I've only got 4. Oh no, I haven't. Sorry guys, I want 5. And then that can go on the floor to be put away. So I think, as you know, perhaps notice everything looks like it's going on around the side. I'm actually getting in the centre and bending it to look like it's coming out from the side. Because if I just stuck it all in the side, it'd be all like this, and you know, you get all your other flowers and be like this. So I'm not just doing everything around the side. Oh, another one's come off. Some of them aren't very, you know, solid. Put that back on, wipe the glue off. Roll it in the fingers, as you can see. Just roll it into a ball and then let it drop into the pan. You might still have a bit of excess on your finger, but yeah. So if I just have a quick look again. In fact, you know, ladies and gentlemen, I'm thinking I might put the ladybird there. I think I will. So he is coming in handy. So I want to take that one, take the bits off the side that I don't need. I can get that up here. On some things I'm going to put them behind the greenery. I don't always have it in front of the greenery. Majority of the time I do, but I tend to put some things behind just so it looks, again, natural, that it looks like things are growing within each other. And sometimes I put some things a bit deeper to give it that depth as well, so it looks like it's just starting to grow from the bottom. And I'm going to just, oops, I've just caught the lily. That's something I shouldn't do. So pull the glue off of the lily. And that's better. Drop it in. And I've got 2 more pieces, so do I put one like that. It's best to position things around. In fact, I'm not. No, I'm going to leave those. I'm just going to have those situated at the top, as you can see. Right, the ranunculus. Oh, this is beautiful. It's not wired on the flower stem itself. It's just wired on this long stem, not on the actual flower one. So I tend to go right to the bottom there and just try and manipulate it and bend it over slightly. I don't want to do it too much in case it snaps off. It's just so it opens up, look, instead of being like that. It looks more natural, like the flowers just spreading and heading towards the light. So I think because I was going to put those other blossoms, I might just put, let's put them on the top so we can see them. Do you think we should add this first before we carry on, in case it gets too bulky and we won't be able to get it in? I think I need another wire. Again, this time I'll wrap it around these little tentacles. Twist it at the top. Spread out the wire. I'm just going to turn it yet again to attach him on. I've got to go to the spine at the back. And I'll go through one side of the spine and then the other side. One, two. I'll just turn that towards you. And I'm just going to twist again. I might have even, oops a daisy, I think everything's going wrong today. Put that back on. And let's get this out of the way. And that. I think, guys, I may have done it wrong. Right, bear with me. I'm just, yeah, I didn't catch the spine. I thought it was a bit uneven when I had a look on the front. So I'm going to untwist it. What I've done. Let's let's look for the spine. There's one on that side. And one that side. Let me tie it at the back now. Around the spine. Now I've actually got it around the spine. And when you've done, just get the wire and fold it inwards so it just doesn't scratch on anybody's doors. Now let me just fluff up again. You spend a lot of your time fluffing up your bows. I've just seen a bit of my bow that I've missed. I don't know, I didn't see that. There we go. Fluff the one at the bottom, get that shape. Right, I've attached him, as you can see. I think that's better. It's took me time, but I think it's better. He's filled up that there anyway. So he's in there. Right, ranunculus. I'm going to be putting some here. So let's get that in first. Just move the bow out of the way and put that there. And then I've got my other one. I think my son's outside. Just bend those. And I think I'm going to put these in front of there. There we go. Just keep manipulating them and bending them to make them more realistic. The ranunculus has quite a thick stem on and they're very sturdy, so that's a benefit. Cut these at the same size as well. Got those there. I think I'm going to need them there. Hold on to me here. Let's try at the top. I've got plenty more. Don't want him to go too deep. Just bend that one again. Sorry if I keep moving side to side. I just need to, because I've not got my easel, it hasn't been delivered yet, my floor easel. I've got to do it on the tabletop. I think something has to be here. I've got one. Right, I wonder if it's just positioning these in what I think may be brassica. I'll tell you another one. I know I had another one. Well, I put those in to start with because I did have another one and I've got some more, but let's get these in first. Sorry, I'm doing it again. It's because I tend to do this. There we go. I just can't think what I've done with the other one. I may have put it back in. Here it is. I've put it back. I only wanted a smaller one. And I was going to put that and attach it to the bow up there. So that's that. Now do I have those in? Oh no, I think those, I just can't get away from them. You know in your garden where you find plants where they're absolutely one stem of anything has perhaps grown larger than the others? That's what these are for, and that's what I love, to see the wispiness, everything, you know, not all at the same time growing, they're all at different lengths, and that's my style, more of a natural look. I won't be putting that as exactly in the same place. I want it slightly offset. So, my goodness, I think I'm shrinking, I can't see. Slightly offset. We've got these, like I say, these push up so you can have them wherever you like. The leaves on the stem. I'm going to put one right at the back so it looks like the flowers always growing together. Make sure that's in. Glue on my fingers again. Put them at the sides. In fact, I'm going to put it just so where that ladybird is. And I'll come on that side, just bend it to wherever you'd like. So now I'm thinking that might bend that a little bit more. So I've got three more. And one on that's, in fact, I wonder if I should put them all at the bottom. If I put them all together at the bottom, so if we get some tape around them. You don't just have to have them as a single stem. If you want to put the whole bunch in something like that, just bring them out into any position you'd like. And then, you know, manipulate the stem to look bent slightly. So it's again, like I keep saying, it makes it more natural. So you have them like that. You can just put that in a wreath, you know, like that, or in a table display like that, and work around it. Or you can, like I'm doing, you just take the single stem. It can be used anywhere. You can cut it right up at the top and have it just the head of the flower and just poke it in the middle of the thing. In fact, I might do that and put the rose in the middle. Let's take one off. So, yes. So then the stem on here is only going to be about no more than 2 inches long. I'll save that for in case I've lost any stems. We'll dip it in the glue. Just hold my leaves up so they don't get in the glue, because it's such a short stem. And then I'm going to just, in between here, I'm just going to glue it in. Push it in. There you go. Don't that look pretty? And it's situated in and around your bow. Right, let's get these at the bottom. I want these to hang slightly longer at the bottom. Let's get a bit of glue on those. Just lift it up slightly. And I want to go under here to the spine. And you just keep bending it. Right, there. I feel as well we're still missing something here. I don't want to really use another row, mind you. I have these left. I could put that there. Oops, a daisy. Or you could do something white. I don't think I'm going to use that. So we'll put those there. What could I use to get that? In fact, under here I do have, and I'll show you, little bags like this where I've used them, but I won't throw them away because I can still use things. And in here I have little oddments that I didn't want all on the stem. So I could push one of those there, one of those there, don't want those. So yes, I tend to look through it all and just check what I've got. I think that might be okay as well. Then that one. Oh, should I put that there? I'm just going to turn it round so I can view it up. Let's have a look. I do have some white ranunculus. No, that doesn't suit. Thing is, you're not guaranteed always to have the same amount when you look in your offcuts. You may need 4 and you look and you've only got 2. Right, I wanted 3 in a rows and I've got 3. So we'll put those back. Right, let's glue one in. Put that in there, as you can see. And then I'm going to put, we don't need that one, there. Just so it looks as though it's setting and it's just starting to grow. So it's not fully grown and out. And then I'm thinking actually here under the bow just slightly. Just right. Just have straighten the bow. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, peaceful day without the cat. And I think we've done. I hope you all have a fabulous day. And there's your swag. So very easy, like I say, there's nothing that you've got to tie it on to hold it in. Just use your hot glue or your glue gun and just put it on the ends of your stems and put it in onto the spine. On some heavy things you may have to wrap one of the spruces around to hold it in, but on this occasion I think I've only done that once. So I hope you enjoyed my video. Please subscribe because I am new to this, and send me all your pictures. I'll be honoured, really honoured to view your pictures, and you may even give me the initiative to do something you may have done. So I hope you all have a nice day, and thanks for staying with me if you did. And like I say, let me know if you want any questions answering. Please subscribe and share to your friends. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Great to see you all. Bye bye.